I've watched every episode of Forged in Fire more than once, and frankly, it just doesn't look that hard. Today, I want to see if I can make a knife and achieve the title of blacksmith.
Welcome to the Forge. You're here to engage in a time knife making competition, specifically designed to see if an armchair bladesmith can actually forge a knife. This is our panel of novice judges who will decide if you can spend any more money on this hobby and crown you the title of bladesmith. First, Joe Barker. Second, Tobias. And lastly, Upgrade. You decided you have what it takes. Today, we will find out. On your anvil, you have a cloth. Remove it. You have a railroad spike. You have just 3 hours to forge a knife of some length and some width. Keep in mind, it will be tested for strength, durability, and edge retention, and a water bottle slice, baton chop, and a paper cut. Your 3 hours starts now.
Like I said in the intro, I have no experience, and I think you can tell. If you like what you see today, hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing and it really helps out our channel a lot. We're trying to make it over 500 subscribers.
I plan on making a basic knife out of this railroad spike, and I'm going to try to do a twist on a handle because I think they look really cool, but I've never done one before, so I'm a little bit nervous. Man, I need longer tongs. That fire is hot, and my little thin gloves didn't make up for a lack of tongs. When that leather shrank, I knew I had to come up with a different plan. Turning off the front burner on this really cut down on the amount of heat coming out of the front, and I was able to grab the railroad spike with a pair of vice grips.
This twist was critical.
There's the shot Curtis was looking for.
Too much twist and the blade will have cold shuts. Too little and the handle will just look stupid. I have no idea what I'm doing and I only have one chance to get it right. It's perfect. Well, I think it is. Honestly, I really have no idea.
I really like that twisted look, but I'm a little concerned that the edges look sharp. I've never actually held a twisted knife before.
I got this forge on Amazon right before Christmas. It was only $80 on sale. It's awesome. It worked really great right out of the box. I've put a link in the description. If you want one for yourself, these things are amazing. Full disclosure, if you get one, I might get a small commission.
What's the game plan for the knife?
Well, as you can see by my drawing, my knife is going to be a generic knife shape with a stabby pointy end, fancy handle twist, twisted handle, because on YouTube, that's what everybody does. Seriously, it's only been 15 minutes and my arm's already tired. We might have to switch to the precision hammer. If only I had tongs. Being 100% honest, this is still too heavy. I did it, and so can you.
How much time is left?
2.5 hours.
How long you been out here?
20 minutes.
When are you gonna finish?
My knife!
When are you gonna finish?
Oh, I should finish in 2 hours. I don't really have a belt sander like everybody else uses, so I'll just be using a grinder. There it is, after 25 minutes, zero experience. It's not too bad, I don't think. Still got a little ways to go.
You don't have to drop as many comments as I dropped this knife.
I'm basically trying to thin out the spine now. Low carbon steel, we can quench it in water. It might warp a little bit because of how thin it is, but I don't think it will. And even if it does, it's a low carbon steel. You can hammer it back straight. I think I'm just going to set up there. The top of my anvil is rounded over, so it makes it really hard to get a good shoulder.
What's been the hardest part?
Hitting where I'm aiming for. Can't imagine doing this all day. I feel like that's getting pretty thin. I think I'll put it in and heat it up so I can readjust that and get it all lined up right. When I was forging this thing out, I thought that blade was getting way too thin. But turns out that it was still pretty thick. And I don't have a belt sander, so I guess that's how it's going to be.
A belt grinder would be nice, but I'm pretty sure that would triple the cost of my forge setup already.
Just straighten it up some. I do this on Forged in Fire a lot. I think it's important. It's mild, it's high carbon steel. It's high carbon for a railroad spike, but it's pretty much medium carbon steel. And so I don't think that cracking and stuff's really an actual issue. When steel has carbon in it, it can get harder than regular mild steel. Now, that's anything above about 0.6%, so it doesn't take a lot. Other alloying ingredients like nickel can make a huge difference in the performance of the steel. Because of the lower carbon content in this metal, we're able to quench it in water, which would normally cause cracks in high carbon steel. But with this mild steel, you can quench it in water without any fear of cracking. I'm just going to quench the blade. I'm not going to go all the way in with the handle. Not that it matters that much on this one.
Do you know it matters that much?
Given my vast experience, I have to confess, I know this video said this was my first time forging, but I'll have my editor cut in my real first time forging, and you can see my vast experience. There's a little bit of clickbait. Cut that with me and the sledgehammer on the ground.
A good quench is where a blade is born. I've never quenched a blade before, but this is a medium to low carbon steel, so I really can't screw it up.
Of course, the advantage to just quenching the whole thing is I could actually handle it.
Just drop it in there, heck.
A tiny bit. But I can't guarantee it wasn't warped when it went in. It's a little off center.
Twice. I wouldn't.
I feel like the handle's too short. One little slip with the grinder. Oh, I left a big gouge right there. I need to grind this center part here down a little bit more. My bevels aren't very even,
This side is the second time I've ever done bevels. This side is the first time. You see how much I improved. No, it just takes practice, right? So having the right equipment helps. I don't have the right equipment, but I've got equipment that works. Where I grabbed it with the vice grips, it left big gouges in there and sharp edges. I have this terrible wore out flap. I don't know if this is much better than the angle grinder I was using. Alright, I think we're down to hand filing. I think I got a good quench. I am easily cutting this. Should I re-quench it? If you don't turn in a hardened blade, you fail. And the deal is I don't know if it will harden. Stick it back in. The quench basically freezes the metal. It locks the grain size into a particular stage of development. That grain size really determines how hard the steel is. When I quenched, I didn't really have the right temperature, so it didn't get hard enough. That file really bit rather than skate across, so I had to do it again. If this thing cracks this time, I guess it really is over for me. Yeah, that seems better.
And the second time, it worked a lot better. This type of steel, it's just never going to get very hard. I know it says high carbon steel on the top of the railroad spike, but that's high carbon for a railroad spike. It's not high carbon like knife metal.
It skates.
If only we had a knife.
I'm just heating it up a little bit, it'll absorb the oil a little better. I don't want to go over a couple hundred degrees for it. I'm not trying to re-quench it or anything.
Linseed oil helps seal the metal and protect it from rust. It's the forgotten miracle product of the past.
Really see it when you watch your toes. No idea of how to sharpen a knife.
You've had 3 hours to build this knife, and now we're gonna see if you did what you needed to do.
Fits good in the palm. Do you think it meets parameters here? Should we measure
I don't
this?
know, it looks a little short.
Let's see.
Oh no! Right on.
No, it's at some length.
Yes,
Some
yes.
length.
Yes,
And-
some
and
width.
what about the width?
What about
What
width?
about
Width?
Ooh.
Some width.
That is
Some
some
width.
width.
That is
That is
some
some
width.
Some width.
Yeah.
Like the spiraling you did on the handle here, as well as the patina of the knife. Very comfortable in the hand. Terrific.
The file does not take the knife. I don't know what a file
Files
is,
do.
but a slight twist and bevel in it. But besides that, it looked pretty good. I'd say that was a little bit of an upgrade.
I really like it. Let's test it.
It lacerated the first bottle really well and then still did damage to the first and second one. Overall, it will cut.
We got. Think it's gonna go? Like, I've never cut paper before.
And you're not gonna with that.
Woo! It actually does if I was more competent. Maybe not. But it does. Look, stabs it really well. That's how you do it.
It'll kill. Now that's what I call an upgrade.